it is based on the time they have used the services, right? Again, these services can be used by other organizations later. So this was the basic concept of what cloud computing means and how it works, right? Till here, anyone if as having any kind of questions?
Hello, Anuradha. I think in between you had left, so if you could just start from the what is cloud computing, it would be better for them to understand.
Okay. From the example also.
Just like what is cloud computing?
Okay. From this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, we just discussed about the technical. These are the technical definitions of what is cloud computing, and later we saw the real life example. So cloud computing, technically, if we are defining it, it is a delivery of the computing services over the internet to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economics of scale. All these terms will be discussed later. Yeah, sorry. Next is buying services on lease. That means on lease. That means it's a kind of rental. Next is pricing model. That is pay as you go. That you can pay as per the time you have used it. Right. These are the technical definitions. Later we saw the example. We saw the real life example that a person is in a hurry to like he is a kind of a person who does all the last moment things, right? So he has come to know that there's a college event and there's a dress code for the event and he does not have any outfit. So now he contacts a clothes rental store which is in trend now. He contacts the rental store and they give him his outfit and he gets ready, and the bill that he has to pay, it depends upon the time that he has used that outfit, that is that he's paying as per the time used, 1 hour, 2 hour, or a day exactly. Okay, like it's okay. Next, this is the exact concept that is used in cloud computing. Exact concept. Suppose the internet is vast, right? And there are many organizations from large scale, many organizations who have large scale business, or small scale business, the initial ones, etc. So if there is an organization, a small scale, and that organization needs to store and manage the company's data as per the customer information, financial records, and inventory list. So traditionally, before cloud computing was used, maybe that organization will have to invest in expensive hardware and software, and I hire IT staff, etc. Okay, but nowadays the organizations are using cloud providers, that is Microsoft Azure Web Services, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud Platform kind of platforms to get services from them and use their infrastructure, their services, etc. So now they don't have to pay the extensive financial burden, but the bill is based on the time they have used the services, right? This is the basic concept of cloud computing, like how it all works. Next, we are going to see what is cloud computing and what are the different models, etc. So cloud computing, it is where resources and services are delivered through the internet. So it is as simple as we discussed that suppose we are taking a platform as Microsoft Azure, it provides thousands of resources for the developers to use and create their project or anything. So that is just a platform over the internet that allows developers to use its services, right? So next we are going to see the advantages of cloud service providers. Firstly, the most important advantage is that it has a flexible availability of resources. It is one of the biggest advantages because the businesses can easily scale their resources up or down based on their needs and don't have to worry about the cost. Next advantage is faster innovation. The developers will have to focus only on their idea and innovation. Rest everything will be managed by the cloud service provider. Enhanced security. Cloud computing offers an enhanced security as the data is stored on remote servers that are managed by expert IT teams. Next is scale economy business. As I discussed in the first point, the developers uh, can maintain their can don't have to worry about the cost and logistics of buying, but maintaining their own hardware. Next is the lower cost. By looking at all these advantages, we must have known that it is going to actually be very of less cost instead of buying their own servers and hardware. Sorry. The next we are going to see is the types of cloud service models. So there are three types of cloud service models. On premises, if an organization is handling its own server and own infrastructure and everything, it has to manage everything from application, data storage, runtime, middleware, operating system, everything. But in the three types we are going to see: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So the first one, infrastructure as a service, by the name we can understand that it is providing the entire hardware and networking to the user, and the user has the complete control over the operating system and the softwares. Next is platform as a service. They provide virtual machines, operating system, and the environment for the user. And the users can focus on the development of the applications and do not need to worry about the infrastructure, right? The third is the software as a service. As the name suggests, and we are using one of the SaaS type of software, that is MS Teams. They provide with everything, that is a virtual machine, operating systems, app, storage, everything. We have to, the users just have to use it, like Teams, To Do, or any app. So other cloud service models that are being largely used: DigitalOcean, Heroku, that is that many of us are using this in web development. Next is Dropbox. So Azure. Out of the other cloud service providers, we are going to talk about Microsoft Azure platform. And what is Azure Static Web Apps? So Azure Static Web Apps solves the hard problems all the way from your source code to global availability. What is global availability? It actually refers to the ability to host your web applications across multiple regions and make them available to the users worldwide. So Azure Static Web App, what it allows the developers is to build and deploy the static web apps easily and quickly, right? So next, next here we can see in the figure that if your repository is connected to GitHub, it is integrated with GitHub. So any changes that you're making to your repository, it will be taken through GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps pipelines, and it is connected to Azure Static Web Apps. So the changes that you're making will be directly reviewed and deployed in the Azure Static Web Apps. So one more thing is that Azure Static Web Apps will have only the static content. Like it doesn't contain dynamic websites content. Like it will just have HTML images, JavaScript, and CSS files. And next is API is also supported by Azure Static Web Apps. So for the API, what is API? Application Programming Interface. Next, we'll see how optional APIs are supported by Azure Static Apps. Azure Static Web Apps offers a range of optional APIs that can be used to provide dynamic functionality to static web apps. So, how is APIs developed? Like a function that a functionality that you have developed and it is deployed, and that API can be used in any other developments in future by as it can provide a large number of functions or purposes. Next, yeah. So till here we saw about what is cloud computing and what is Microsoft Azure about and Azure Static Apps and everything. These are the key features of Azure Static Web Apps. Some of them we have already discussed. We'll just go through this. Okay. So the key features are they are globally distributed web hosting hosters. Like we have seen that it is globally available and only static contents like HTML, CSS, JS files can be put into them. Next is integrated API. That means the API that are in integration with third parties are supported by Azure functions, right? The third feature that we are going to see is the first class GitHub and Azure DevOps integration. This is point we discussed in the figure. Um, in this figure that how GitHub is integrated with Azure Static Apps and how it helps us. Next is the free SSL certificates which are automatically renewed. What are SSL certificates? So SSL certificates are actually a digital certificate that verifies the identity of a website and also it encrypts the data that is transmitted between the website and the user. So it's kind of highly secured and the certificate is the proof of it. So next feature is unique preview URLs are previewing pull request. What is unique preview URLs in Azure Static Web Apps? These are the URLs that verifies the identity of that allows developers to preview their changes to a static web app before deploying them to production. So these URLs are to make us understand that the changes were made and those have to be deployed before pushing it to production. So these were the key features and we have covered almost all the theoretical part and now the most important part of the session is here, that is the hands-on session that will be covered by Harshvardhan. So Harshvardhan, I'll give it to you, the stage.
Thank you, Anuradha. Till then, if anyone of you has any questions, they can unmute and ask.
Or you can also put them in the chat box. Later also we can.
I don't think you can access the chat box. So, if anyone of you has any questions, they can just unmute and ask. Anuradha, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
So, I think no one has any questions, and Anuradha did a great job in explaining. Okay, so let's continue with the hands-on. If you has any questions, they can unmute and ask because in the end you'll be having a quiz session, and if you are not able to answer, that means you are not getting the chance to win. So make sure you use it properly to learn and grow. Okay, so let's
Hello,
continue. Yeah,
sir. Can you explain how API is related to GitHub, sir, in brief?
sure. Okay, so you want a practical kind of thing, right? Like how it's getting
Yes, sir.
implemented. Okay, so that we'll be covering right now. If you have any questions regarding the theory part, you can ask. Okay, so let's continue and you can ask in the end if you're ready. So, first of all, let's go and have a look into if you are a student and you want to try out Azure, how can you try for free? So, you can go to this slide, which will be sharing you with the PPT. Click on this link. Um, okay. Click on this link and you'll be redirected to this page. Over here, you can click on the start free option and fill in the details. You'll be required to have your student mail ID entered so that they can verify that you are actually a student. I'm already entered for a different email ID. But in your case, just fill it and you'll be getting $100 as your credit for free without any credit card requirement. Once you are ready with it, you'll get a Azure portal. So that's the place where you'll be going and doing the different stuff with the help of Microsoft Azure. So if I go to portal.azure.com, you'll be directed to this page. Now, as Anuradha explained you, that there are tons of resources present over there. How can you check them? You can go to create a resource option. And as you can see, it shows a ton of options out there like AI plus machine learning, analytics, blockchain, compute, containers, database, media. Like it's a complete package of anything you need. And in our case, right now, we'll be looking into static web apps. So let's see the resource that I've created already for all of you. So let's go and have a look. So this is what we'll be creating. It's a resume that's hosted using Azure Static Web App. You can create your own resume. I'll be sharing the code with all of you. So you can use that code and create your own resume. Till then, let's continue with how you can, like after you've created the resume or you are ready with some of your, let's say, uh, React app or an Angular app or any other static website, how will you host it using Azure Static Web App? So here is code. So here is the code of the things present. But I want to create a new folder. So what you will be doing is I'll be sharing this link, which is the GitHub repository which I have hosted for all of you. Make sure you follow the steps so that you do it easily without any hassle. So you can just go ahead and copy this link. And if you want to continue with me, you can do so. So if someone just let me know if they can access the chat box. Can someone just unmute and let me know if they can access the chat box?
No, sir. No, sir.
Uh, okay. So not an issue. I'll be sharing this link with you. Or else you can, for now, if you want to follow with me, you can go to github.com/hbbajoria/Azure session. Or else I'll be sharing this link, so not it won't be any issue. After you have got this link, go to your command prompt, go to the place where you want to build it. So I want to clone it in my downloads folder. So I went over there using cd, then git clone, and uh, okay, already exists. Yep, I think I had done it before. So let me remove this. So now if I run this command, it will clone it into my local system. So after my job is done, what you need to do is create a new folder and name it anything you want. So I'm just naming it for now resume. Copy this content which is present over there in Azure session which you cloned and paste it over here. This is done because the remote origin is not set to the previous one, right? Like in your case, what had happened in the previous case, like if I do it from here, the remote origin will be present in my case, and if you push any changes, it will redirect it to my GitHub repository and not yours. So for that, you need to create your own GitHub repository. Now it's ready. Next, let me minimize it. Go to Visual Studio Code and open this folder. So click on this open folder option and open the folder. Next, you'll be needing an extension specifically for using the service. So for that, go to your extensions tab, which is present over here as a puzzle piece. Click on the search and type in Azure static. So we'll be getting this option. Click on install in your case, and it will get installed. After you're done installing it, you will get an option which looks like this. A, which is for Azure. You'll be getting an option to sign in. Just click on sign in and do the normal sign in process, and we'll be signed in. So after you've signed in, click on this plus option. Click on create static web app. It will say that's not a GitHub repository and you need a GitHub repository. Why you need it? Can someone just answer? Okay, so you will be needing this GitHub repository because as you saw in the slide, let's show you. Let's go down. And as you saw in this flowchart present over here, let me minimize it. As you saw in this flowchart present over here, the GitHub Actions is automatically integrated with Azure Static Web Apps, and that's why you'll be needing a GitHub repository if you want to connect it with GitHub Actions. Simple. So the local is ready. Now I want to create a static web app. I will name it resume for now. Now you have to name your GitHub repository where it will be hosted, your code. So I name it resume1. You need to choose a region. So what is a region? I think there's someone waiting. So a region is a place which is most closely to your end users, and it's a data center where all the data is hosted. So in our case, it's East Asia. So I use East Asia for now. Next, you need to choose from the frameworks or a static site generator. But in our case, it's a simple HTML and CSS website, so I'll be using custom. Next, enter the location of your application code. But in our case, it's present in this same directory, so nothing. And it doesn't have any build. In case of React, it usually has a build. So that's why you need to enter that and press enter, and your job is done. It's automatically creating a new private GitHub repository, pushing the changes as you can see in the message, creating the resource group in East Asia. Now you would ask me, why is it creating a private repository? Let's go and have a check first. So let me just minimize it so that you can see. So it's executing git pull, and now it will show me an option to open. So when you're clicking on this option, you'll be getting the resume1 GitHub repository, which is created, which is hosting your code, as you can see over here. Here is the code present, and it's private. But why is it private? Private because until and unless it's an open source code, you do not want anyone else to see it, right? And therefore it has been made private by default. Next, GitHub Actions, which I was talking about. So GitHub Actions is the thing which will help you automatically integrate changes into your code. So suppose you make some changes into your code and now you want the website to be updated. So you do not have to redeploy. GitHub Actions will take care of it and it will automatically redeploying it. So as you can see, it's doing it and it has finished uploading. So it will take only a few seconds. But before that, let me show you the code. So let's go up and let me show you the code. So you would ask me, okay, index.html was present, style.css and readme was present. How did we get this workflows? So this workflows is the .yml file which instructs GitHub that okay, whenever there is a push, as you can see over here, push, pull request, or any GitHub action over here, close in. Please run this GitHub action again so that the website gets updated automatically. And this code is automatically generated with the help of Azure Static Web App CI/CD pipelines, as you can see over here. So that's the power of Azure Static Web Apps. And now, if you can see, it's a green text. So if you go back and I refresh it, so I go to all resources. That's where you can get all of your resources, and you can see a resume has been created, which has the resource group as resource resume 2. I click on it, and you can see all the details present over here. So let's explore. So here is the link of the website that's hosted. If you click on it, you can see the website which is hosted. Next, you can have access control as per your needs. So you can check your access, who can see the website and other stuff. You can have the application insights. So as someone was asking, I don't remember the name, so sorry for that. So you can have a look into the application insight, and if your Azure functions integrated with it, so here's the option APIs. So over here, you can go and link any of the resource that you need. So it's present over here. Bring your own API backends are not supported in. Yeah, you need to upgrade it, but yes, you can use it when it's upgraded. So how you upgrade it? Go to hosting plan, and you will get an option which will charge you more, like it's a free one. And if you want, you can give 706.81 INR per app per month, and you'll be getting the private endpoints, custom domains, and you can use Azure functions without any hassle. So here you can like change the things as per your needs. And if you go back to the home page, you can also have a look into the number of requests, the data input and output, function hits and function errors. In case you are using Azure functions, then only. Now, let's say I want to update my uh, website. It's a simple website which I have created for all of you. And you can see there are comments present over there. So in case you want to be like, I want my own resume. It's a simple, like it's just showing name, title, anonymous resume. Yes, you can make it with the help of comments, even if you do not know about HTML and CSS. So suppose I update it. Let's say I make it my name and let's say add in my title. And I save it. Okay. So there's some change. Now I want to push it back into the what should I say? I need to push it back into my GitHub repository. So for that the command is dot then git commit m file change and then git push to push it back to the remote repository. So if I go back into my remote repository and I refresh it, okay, you can also go back to your remote repository with this source written over there. So if you click on it, it will take you to the GitHub repository, which is connected with the Azure Static Web App. And you can see new workflow has been created automatically because of this change present over here. And if you want to have a look into the actions which is taking place behind the scenes, you can just go over here and have a look. It's currently building and deploying the job. So let it take place. And your website will automatically get updated. So suppose uh, this website has been opened by your user and she doesn't know that okay you are updating the website. So let's see whether I get any downtime or not. So if I wait over here, I am just like doing something. Let it happen. So I think it will take more of yeah, it's done. So suppose I am like doing something over here and this work has also been done. As you can see the green tick. So the user just refreshes the website and without any downtime, the things got updated. And that's what Azure Static Web App gives you. A minimal downtime. And also, as you can see over here, if you click on this website, HTTPS, SSL certificate, which we were talking about. So the connection is end-to-end encrypted and it's secured. You can have a look at the uh, like SSL certificate. So it's present over here. So that's how beautiful it is. So hope you got to learn about what is your static web apps and with this hands-on demo. Like, sure. So with this hands-on demo, you got to learn that how you can use it for job benefits. So this was all, and now it's the quiz time. But before that, if any one of you has any questions, you can feel free to unmute and ask. Or do you want it
Sir,
after the quiz session?
sir,
Okay,
if we
let's
want
have it.
to, sir, if we want to change anything in the website, then we have to go and change the code in the remote repository and again pull that code.
Um, no, it's like you need to just change the code in the remote repository. So suppose, let's say this is my GitHub repository, right? No, not this one. Yeah, this is my GitHub
Yes, sir.
repository is connected to this static web app, right? Now, I just need to make a change in this remote repository. So if I just go over here to index.html and I make a change using this, let's say using this IDE, and let's suppose I add in, what should I say? I just remove this internet unstock and add, let's say, it's and I make a commit. So I make a change. Now it's saving it. So I made a change in the remote repository. Now I don't need to do anything. The rest of the things will be taken care by GitHub Actions. So as you can see, automatically your workflow has started, which
Oh,
is
acha, automatically.
updating the website. Yep. And that's happening because of this .yml file. So let's, I showed you in the beginning. So this workflow, this .yml file is have a workflow which will automatically update the website whenever there is a push, pull, or anything. So hope I was able to answer your doubt, Ashutosh.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any one of you has any questions, you can unmute and ask. And or maybe like first we can go with the quiz and then you can ask your questions. So let's continue with the quiz. And here's the quiz. So you can just scan this QR code and take part in the quiz, or just give me a second. Let me just stop sharing the screen. Anuradha, can you just share your screen? Yeah. Just a second, don't go to the quiz part right now. Just give me a minute. Till then, any one of you has any questions they can ask while I make a small change. So, you still have time, so you can ask your questions. Otherwise, like it's a great chance to win a LinkedIn Premium voucher. Okay, since everyone is already prepared, great. Um, okay, sure. Okay, you can share the form, like the QR code.
Also
All the
share
best, everyone.
chat box, right? The link of the video.
Uh, they won't be able to access the chat box, so
Okay,
they have to scan the QR code.
okay. Yeah.
So everyone just scan the QR code and take part in the quiz. All the best. You will be having 4 minutes. There are only 9 questions.
How can we scan it from Google?
Scan from Google maybe. Just like you can take your phone and scan it.
One-
Um, do you have a QR code scanner?
Sir, I'm downloading, sir.
Okay.
After scanning the QR code, it is showing like thank you.
Showing thank you.
Yes.
It's not letting you like take part in the quiz.
No, no. It is showing thank you.
Okay. Give me a second. Anyone can respond. Uh, okay, got it. Sorry for the issue. Yes. Now please scan the QR code.
Sir, is the code changed?
No, it's the same code. Hope it's working now.
Yes, it is working. Yes, it is.
Perfect. So you are having 4 minutes. The form is timed. So all the best.
when we click on click to start, it is showing that please try again.
Please try again. Shouldn't be the case. Okay, let me try. Another, can you just also check once?
Yeah, I'm checking it.
For me, it's working. Is someone else also facing the issue?
Yeah, it's working. Great.
Just like close your browser and try again. Yeah, it's working for me with the music. Okay, just try once again and let me know if it's not working.
Uh, I again it is showing me again. Please try again. I have unable to start the exam. Please.
Okay, okay, not an issue.
I'm going through link once. I'm going to the link. Wait, I'm typing.
Okay. Anyone else also facing the same issue? Let me see how many people have attended. Okay, 6 responses has already been there, so I feel there's some issue. Okay, when I asked, is anyone having any questions? No one answered. And now I can see like only one person has got a full score. If anyone of you has any doubt in any particular question, do let me know in the end. Okay, 9 responses, 12 responses, and still only one, okay, 2 people with full score. Great. So we'll be having LinkedIn Premium for the top 2 people.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yes. Who was it?
Hello.
Yes, Ashish.
Sir, I was filling the form, but it got crashed, sir, and my phone was hanging, but so I again filled that form, sir.
Okay, so you were able to fill the form, right? Like, just
Yes,
have a
sir.
look. It has a time on it.
Yes, sir. Done.
Perfect. Don't worry, I'll be checking whether there was any cheating or not. So don't worry
Okay, sir.
about that. Yeah. Okay, Preeti, we are having the quiz. You can just scan the QR code and take part in it. It's a 4-minute quiz with 9 questions. 9 or 8 questions, sorry. Okay, till then, if anyone of you has any doubt, they can ask me.
Sir, can you tell more about Git pull?
Get pull. Right. Okay. So I hope everyone has scanned the QR code. If you haven't, just unmute and let me know so that I can show him about Git pull. Preeti, if you have any question, you can ask for your question.
I also have a question, but it's related to the quiz, so I'll ask it after everyone's over, I guess.
Okay, sure. Till then, Anuradha, would you like to answer what is Git pull? Anuradha, are you there? Just give me a second. I think she's facing some network issues. Yeah, I am back. So she's facing a bit of network issue because her Wi-Fi went away. So not an issue. I'm answering what is Gitful. So just let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So the screen is visible, and get pull is like when you want to pull something from the repository. So suppose. Okay, let's go to this. Yeah, so I made a change to show you that resume one thing. That okay, the your website gets automatically updated. Now it shows a green tick, but that change isn't present in my local repository. True, Ashutosh?
Yes, sir.
So for that, I'll be using git pull. So if I go over here and I need to go to that folder. So the folder name was I think resume. And if I do git status, which is to know the status, it shows its update. Okay, let me have a check. Was it the same one? Mhm. Yeah, resume. Got it. So now if I do git push, git pull, what it will do is fetch the content from the remote repository into my local system. It shows that it has done a fast forward merge, which is like there was no merge conflict, and added this two lines, which is shown by 2 plus. And there was one deletion, too, because there was one removal of, I don't remember, but yeah, there was removal of internet unstuck, and there was one insertion of 6x Microsoft certified. So now if I go back to my code over here and I check it, you should see the updated website. And that's what get pull is for. It's just like get please pull up the updated status from the remote repository into my local system. That's it. So hope you were able to get what git pull is.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Thank you. Anyone of you has any questions? There was someone who was asking for the quiz question. They can ask right now. Like I think everyone is submitting the quiz.
I maybe you should just ask if everyone has submitted before I ask the question, just in case.
Okay. You are still worried about it. Okay, so
No,
I
not
hope
worried,
everyone is
but still.
submitting this. Yeah, got it. I can understand.
So my question is, there is a question related about the most restrictive and refined kind of service, of which the options are given as YAS, PAS, SAS, and CAS. But as per the diagram that was shown in the PPT, we see that SAS has the one which has the least amount of, you know, availability in the sense of, changing stuff from the end user's point of view. So, but the after giving the quiz, the answer is giving as pass. So why is that
Okay.
so? Yeah. There's
Yeah,
question
got it.
number 5. So why is it pass
Question.
instead of SAS? Although SAS is the most restrictive of all the three architectures.
Okay, got it. So yeah, this one you are talking about, and if we look into this, it says that most refined and restrictive, right? But if I go to this diagram, which you're talking about, let's go over here now. This one.
Yeah, this one.
So over here, saying that okay, this software as a service manages each and everything like application, data storage, runtime. You just have to use that particular software in case of SaaS. Then,
Yes.
in case of why we are using PaaS over here and saying that okay, it's the most restrictive one. So it's the most restrictive one. If you can see over here, it's most refined. So over here, the question is asking not that where your work is least. It's asking which of the points are most refined and restrictive cluster. So that means that it should be as refined as possible and it should restrict you to a certain limit. It's not like completely telling you that okay, you do not have to use you do not have to use anything at all. And if you're looking into the services, if you're using software as a service, in that case, if you see, for example, let's say Gmail, you're not actually using any cloud service, right? It's although a cloud
Right.
service model, but it's like you're not inventing or you're not using it to innovate something for your services. It's the least like it's the IAS or it's the PaaS where you are actually using it to create something or using it to build a software or platform. And that's where it's getting most refined and in the restricted cloud service model.
Okay, thank you. I understand.
You're welcome. Uh, anyone else has any question? If not, thanks. Yeah, Ashutosh. Okay, till that time, thank you everyone for joining in on Sunday afternoon and giving us your precious time. Hope you got to learn something valuable today. I'll also be sharing the certificate and the winners will be getting that email with the LinkedIn Premium vouchers by in 3 to 4 days or maybe today. Not sure about it. So yeah, stay tuned and do check your junk in case or spam in case you don't get it. So thanks a lot. And in case you do not have any questions, you can feel free to use the meeting. Thank you.
Sir, when will you conduct the next session, sir?
Okay, the next session might be conducted next week. I'm not sure about it right now, but you can join the WhatsApp group, which is devolved. I think you must have got the link. It would have been
Yes,
present
sir.
in your mail. So just join over there and we'll be letting you know about the next session.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for your active participation, Ashish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
If you have any questions, you can feel free to unmute and ask, or else you may leave the meeting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you everyone for joining. I guess we'll just end the meeting. Harshvardhan.